Hello Leo, welcome to your October 2018 general horoscope reading with me, Joshua Lionlight. Leo, drop me a comment below. Just let me know, share your feelings. How are you doing? How was last month? And what are you up to this month? All that jazz. If you don't know already, I am part of your tribe, and so it's always just a treat getting to talk and visit with you, Leo. Always. Your energy is so sunny, so powerful, and it truly lights up the room. And it's no wonder people love being around you. Oh, goodness. But Leo, let's dive into the astrology. Your first card is out already. And we'll get into it. I'm going to pull the rest of the tarot cards and see. We'll get your intuitive message. If you don't want to hear, what is going on in the stars and in the planets, the planetary transits and all, you can skip ahead and just move on to the intuitive reading, whatever you want to do, Leo. But first day I want you to pay heed to is October 5th, because Venus will be going retrograde on this day. So with a Venus retrograde, I'm definitely feeling for us that this is going to be, you may experience some relationship and money delays. So anything that has to do with relationship matters, and especially money, financial matters, can be delayed while Venus is retrograde. It's a time more for reflecting on those things, Leo, making any sort of edits to how you approach your money, to how you're approaching and handling the relationships in your life. It's about internalizing that and reflecting on those things more. So, if you're waiting for a resolution in those areas, you may have to wait until Venus goes direct again, all right? Because that's just kind of the energy that flows. But now, this whole month in October, Leo, wow, there is a big emphasis with Venus. Venus is still, she's like completely gracing this month, because October 8th will be the Libra new moon. Libra is ruled by Venus. This brings attention, especially through the whole waxing phase with this energy, it's bringing that energy and attention to partnership, but more specifically to how we cooperate, how we get along with our partner, with relationships. And being able to find more cooperation, find more compromise with your partnerships is going to be easier to do at this time when this Libra new moon hits. And finding, that balance and that middle ground between you two, between you and friends. It's beautiful. It's a really beautiful Libra energy here and Venus influence. On the 9th, we'll have Mercury moving into Scorpio. And so, this is very much going to bring the attention to our communication and communicating with more depth. Less surface conversation, more in-depth, talking about the ugly, the dark stuff, even talking about the flaws with ourselves or with the people around us, the flaws that we don't like. And, just kind of getting really deep and talking about, emotional matters as well with this. Also, sexual conversations that have to do with sexuality on all subjects and spectrums can really show up here, because that is areas that Scorpio rules, is, that sexual connection and conversation. And it'll really, strike and hit when the sun goes into Scorpio on the 23rd as well. And, this is also going to be a season where it's about honoring the depth of your soul, Leo, and you might feel the need to put a conclusion and an end to something, a project, an idea, maybe a relationship. and so that you can begin anew with something. You know, that's a scorpionic energy being ruled by Pluto, is putting an end to something so that you can rebirth, you know, step through the doorway into newness. And so you might feel that accentuation. And then on the 24th will be the full moon in Taurus. And so with this full moon, Taurus is an earth sign, also ruled by Venus. Woo! Sorry, I just had some cards drop. It was totally my bad, so I'm not going to honor those. We're going to put those back in here. Shuffle away. But Taurus is an earth sign ruled by Venus. And so really the energy with this full moon I'm intuitively picking up is wherever you've been sorry, Leo, I'm getting tongue-tied. Okay, so wherever you have been putting in a lot of labor, physical effort, you know, time, fruits of your labor are really paying off, can really truly manifest with this kind of full moon. And so that's beautiful. Venus is also sextiling Saturn on this day, you know, so whatever you have been building and focusing on for a while now can just get some beautiful recognition and honor at this time. But also those who are in power, bosses, managers, are really softened with this kind of aspect. And so, you know, this might be time for you to make that special request, you know, whether it's regards to a raise or to a schedule change at work. You know, if you're the employee, if you're the smaller man, now's a good time, because those in power are feeling a bit softer towards the smaller man. And so, bada bing, bada bomb, you know, if you're the one who is the manager, who's the boss, who runs the show, then, you know, expect this energy and just being able to give more, you know, to those who you feel like deserve it and who have really earned it. So, woot woot. Now, we'll talk about a couple more days to watch out for, and Halloween, you know, October 31st. What is going on and transiting on Halloween? So things to watch out for on that day will be in the extended video. Of course, that link will be below, Leo, in the descriptions box. So, but we're going to draw the rest of your cards here. So I feel like we should pick the rest of these. I'm going to go ahead and take it down so you can see what is popped up already. All right, some big energy so far. Okay, so here we go. Feeling like we should cut the deck here. I'm feeling this one. Okay, and then I'm gonna draw the last one here like so. Okay, I'm feeling it is this one. Oh, wow. The Strength card, that's your card, Leo. Wow. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups. Woohoo. All right. Wow. Okay. And get you your rune stones for added clarity here, Leo. Okay, you got 4 runes here. All right. Whew, they pretty much like all fell in one spot. All right, so there's a specific message going on over here. Yes, we will talk here. Okay. It's just my little quartz, clear quartz crystal here helps me kind of tune in like an antenna a bit more. Leo, you have some big energy here in October. My. Okay, so I'm getting here right off the bat, there's very karmic energy hanging around you here in October. And I'm getting, especially whenever we hit Scorpio season, especially when we hit Scorpio season towards the end of the month, you know, there are going to be some really in-depth things emerge here, you know, with death being at the center of your reading. It's about, I'm getting some really deep things rising to the surface, and deep things, especially within the home. With death here, you know, any problems, any under the surface issues or emotional wounds that have been laying within your home environment and within family, you know, especially family ties. Death is bringing that up. You have Othel in reverse here, next to death, and in between the Five of Pentacles over here. Othel, especially in reverse, is all about dealing with, you know, those shadows that have to go back to our family line and back to our roots, you know. So there's a sense of going back to your roots, going back to the depths of your family ties, you know, even ancestry, you know, going back down the ancestral line. You know, and I'm really getting this whole message strongly affirmed with the Ten of Pentacles here too, because, you know, you see in this card, you know, it's all about the family and the close relational ties here. You know, you see the older man, you see the couple there in the background, and the dogs, you know. This is about really looking at, Leo, here in October, some of the foundations that you have put in place, that have been in place for a little while. And also, you know, looking at and truly assessing the foundation and sort of legacy that you want for yourself. But it's definitely looking at your foundation, especially your foundation within the home. And I am getting, you know, a lot of this is happening towards the end of October, where we hit the Scorpio season. But, you know, you could be feeling some of this right off the bat, Leo. So let's talk a bit further here, face to face. Here in your recent past here, Leo, there have been a lot of major shifts. The Wheel of Fortune here is talking about pretty much all areas of life. You know, you, Leo, have been wrapping up the eclipses which have been happening in your sign as well as Aquarius. You know, the north nodes of the moon shift in November, and so you just had your last eclipse in your sign, in your pairing with Aquarius. And so this is about really wrapping up a lot of the karmic lessons and the hardships, the trials, the tests. Sorry, that's my dog in the background. So the tests, the trials that have been going on, you know, Death is looking at the Wheel of Fortune. And so in this reading, Death looking at the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune is in the recent past. You know, so this is about leaving those trials and those hard tests that you have had to undergo, Leo, in the past where they belong. You know, but definitely taking the lesson with you, so that you don't, you know, run to the same issue, the same problem, so you don't make the same mistakes again, obviously. And so this is a little bit, I'm getting a little bit, especially with the Venus retrograde happening towards the beginning of the month, this is about looking at some of those intimate and sexual relationships that you've had that maybe have wounded you, and going back and reviewing some of the lesson and what it taught you. There's a little bit of that review there. Because like I said, you're wrapping up some of those final things. And so it's like review period. You know, the hard stuff and a lot of the trials and the, you know, heavy hits or whatever, Leo, have happened. And now it's just still, there's a little bit of review that I'm getting that is still showing up. But there's definitely attention being brought to, you know, any issues that are within the home and with family. But also, I'm getting here, there's an attention to money being brought here as well. It's like, whatever you're working on, Leo, I'm getting, whatever you have been working on, okay? A lot of you have been putting in work, have been consistent about a new job, a new creative adventure, starting your own business, whatever it is, Leo. There's a lot of momentum being built, but it's like, it's behind the scenes in a lot of ways still. Because if you look at these two together here, you know, both 10s, by the way, which is an instant manifestation number, but they're both in areas of, you know, being under the surface and coming from, okay? So there is this sense of really feeling the worth and recognizing all of the behind the scenes work that you have been doing, that you have been putting in, you know, and just a lot of the behind the scenes work that you know is going on. For instance, you know, if someone has reached out to you and said, I want to collaborate with you, but I can't do so until, you know, November. Or you're expecting sort of a launch, you know, with a specific project or something, but you can't do it until later on. You know, that kind of stuff, you know, the background stuff that you already have planned, that you already know is going to bring in sort of more that fortune for you, Leo, that is going to pay off. It's still under the surface. And I'm getting the message, you know, the behind the scenes, under the surface work is still, it looks great. It's something that you should be keeping consistent with. Yeah. And so, okay. Here next, you know, you have the Five of Pentacles showing up in the near future. Okay, so Five of Pentacles, we have haggle, which is down here. Okay, haggle is speaking of some disruption. And the Five of Pentacles is speaking of a little hiccup and disruption. Okay, so I'm getting the sense and feeling, Leo, that you might want to backtrack a little bit here in October. You know, some of you might be really wanting to backtrack, go back to an old relationship that really took away, made you feel devalued in some way. But there's like this still lingering thing, a lingering attachment, Leo, that is making you want to go back, or, you know, trapping your mindset to where you want to go back. And it's a place where you don't want to revisit anymore, or a relationship that isn't healthy for you and that isn't the best to go back to. There's that message. Okay, so, you know, just be sure, you know, I'm getting, because you have Fehu in the mix here. And so Fehu is a very, very positive rune of success, achievement, and I'm getting self-discovery. You know, it's the rune, it's the ultimate rune, I would say. At least one of the ultimate runes of value, of money, of worth. Okay, so There's also a little bit of fear tied to that. Like, I'm getting the sense, some of you might be fearing, a loss of money, fearing that it's somehow going to shift and disappear again, because some of us have come from some recent blessings. And so there's like this fear and insecurity that it's going to disappear again. And it could be popping up due to some of those family issues and, emotional matters that are coming up here in October with the Death card, with that Ten of Pentacles. And it's just kind of making you second guess other things and kind of spiraling you into a little bit of self-doubt. Feihu is coming in here to say, you're okay, Leo. It's okay. Your money, your success, your worth as an individual is not gone. It's not disappearing. You're not being recognized. You are. There's just, it's really a fear of losing, It's just a fear of losing. And I'm getting that it is mostly, it's a mental sort of state that you have to find a way to, let go of, release and let go of. And so you might also too, Leo, I'm not going to lie, you might want to, with this energy showing up with the Five of Pentacles, you might want to just exercise, some better planning. Make sure that you're not overspending money here in October as well. There is a little bit of feeling and sense to conserve, so you don't overspend, then leave yourself wanting. But I'm getting that this is tied to love more and tied more to self-worth. Because look, at the top here, you have the Strength card, Leo. It's you, it's your energy, the goal, the destiny here. Reaching full empowerment, Leo. Full empowerment, strength, endurance, knowing your own worth, knowing what you bring to the table is completely worth it. That's what this is. And this is what this Leo energy is coming in to remind you, not to spiral here and stay here. To be strong and face those fears of loss. Face those fears of struggle and loss. And tell them that they don't have power over you. Speak to them. Speak to them. Roar at them. Be like, oh no, I'm not putting up with you anymore. I'm Leo the Lion. I call the shots. I'm fearless. You have Thurisaz. Sorry, that was my dog again. You have Thurisaz at the top, and that was really appropriate because Thurisaz represents the hammer of Thor. And so Thurisaz here, this is also a very strong, protective rune filled with good luck. And so, there's just like, when you show that kind of fearlessness this month, Leo, and that kind of strength and really embody your value here, and you wrap up the old phase and you acknowledge the lesson, then just leave it be, leave it dead, leave it in the past where it belongs. Your value shoots right back up. Thurisaz, your luck goes right back up to where it should be. Beautiful, powerful. And once again, look what's at the bottom of the deck. Ten of Cups. Reaching fulfillment. Reaching that happy place of contentment, of being able to connect with others again. Leo, I feel like there is you're on a journey to do that, to connect better with other people, especially in Libra season. Now, I'm going to draw a clarity card for us Leos with the Five of Pentacles real quick, just because I want just a final sort of detail, a final, just a little added clarity with that. I think we need it. I want to see exactly what that's speaking to. So here we go. Okay. Yeah. So Leo, what did I say? We have the Eight of Swords popping up for clarity with this energy. It's about walking away from that self-limiting mind frame that we have, you know, of, oh my God, it's going to be a struggle. Of, oh my God, it's going to be financially tough. Oh my God, you know, I'm falling back into that same relationship cycle. It's about breaking and calling out those problems and those negative notions. And, you know, there might be a little bit of uncertainty. You might be just experiencing towards the transition period into Scorpio season. You might be just experiencing a little bit of that confusion. You might not be able to completely see clearly, but it's not lasting long, because boom, you get back here to your sunny self. Okay? You know, just be that lion, stand up for yourself here in October and call those things out, especially, you know, when it's happening just within your own mind there, Leo. Be like, oh no, I know better. I choose the sunny side. I don't choose the dark side. I don't choose, you know, all the crap that happened in the past. It's in the past. So, woo! It was pretty heavy. It was pretty heavy for us Leos, honestly. Wow. But there's definitely, I want to point out, business-wise, money-wise, it looks like there's a good foundation of that is building up. You know, there's just sort of this haunting that goes back to some sort of old struggle that you used to have, or old relationship wound. And it's just, you know, calling it out, being fearless about it, okay? So definitely some big shifts and still some release work that is going on, Leo, here in October for you, but oh my God, you got this. You got this. So, Leo, we will discuss more details in the extended video reading. Of course, that link will be down below. I'll get you your animal spirit guide for the month in that reading, as well as an oracle message from the Sacred Traveler deck here. Oh, sorry, that was, once again, that was my dog. Okay, so Sacred, look at these. These are beautiful. I just have to show you. They have beautiful messages, and so I'm incorporating these in the extended this month as well. So Leo, also, if you want to do a personal one-on-one reading with me, information is in the descriptions box as well. And my goodness, have fun this month, you know, have a good Halloween, and we'll talk more about it in the extended reading as well. And thank you, Leo, for all of your support for me with my channel here, all the subscribing that you've done and sharing all of it. Truly appreciate it. So Leo, take care. I will see you soon.